Hello twin flames, welcome to your daily check-in. Happy 4th of July for those who celebrate. Today we're gonna do a quick check-in, and then I decided that I'll do the reading around the new moon in Cancer tomorrow. I want it to be a more extended read because I have a feeling that this is a really important new moon and we definitely need to dedicate proper time for it, which I don't really have today. So in the meantime, you got all the readings out for the July horoscope, so definitely check out Mindful Bamboo channel, my other channel. The handle is in the description box. Yeah, the readings are there. Go ahead, check them out. They're for your love life, your work and the career space, and also I'm giving you guidance from the universe and messages from your person in those readings. I think they're great. It's been really inspirational doing them this month, also from different locations. I've done part of them from here, part of them from the office in Manhattan, the terrace. Yeah, so, you know, they've been different, a little different. But in the meantime, without further ado, let's get started. I'm also publishing a new article in my blog today, and I'll definitely post a newsletter with all the latest. Oh, by the way, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter just yet, you can do that on my website. There's a pop-up, and also at the bottom of the homepage you get that chance as well. What else? Tomorrow, Mindfully Awake episode is going to be out, but it's going to be a rerun because the studio told me just yesterday that they're not going to be working. Surprise, surprise. Well, you know, live and learn, live and learn. I had a new topic in mind, but this will be a rerun of freeing yourself from guilt and shame patterns, which they've picked out of all episodes, and I feel like it's a good one. I'm not sure. I mean, supposedly it's done well. So yeah, it's been popular and they're bringing it back for a rerun. It's like an encore for that topic, which I didn't really realize it was gonna be that way, but I'm glad it is because I feel like we need to talk about these things more in a positive way, in a way to free ourselves from those and stop using those as a way of either manipulating people into what we want or actually means of educating our children, whoever. Anyway, let's see what we have for Divine Feminines today. I decided to start reading with the Angel Therapy deck to get us a little bit of guidance for today, especially as we are approaching new moon in Cancer. And yes, this is a water sign, so you can start thinking about water rituals that you'd like to try. It can be as easy as doing a mindful bath or shower. You know, the intention is the main thing that matters. So Divine Feminines, you have singing and dancing. How about that? I do plan to do a lot of dancing tomorrow for sure. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Highly recommend. And yes, movement can mean so many different things. And hopefully you have your favorite kind of movement activity, and you know, it needs to be something that you enjoy, that can inspire you, that can really get you into that creative mood. And that's how you awaken your senses and your gifts. For masculines, we have fairies. Look at that. Wow, this reminds me about Ireland now, immediately. You have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. So think about that for a moment, masculines. How can you be of help to Mother Nature? Is there any specific topic you've been interested in but you haven't really given yourself time and permission to go into it? It seemed silly, it seemed like you just don't have time for those things. Make that time today, please. It's 4th of July, for God's sake. Okay, I'll be using Sophia Charles deck for the main read. And I've got my Steampunk Tarot for the clarifiers. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor, Aries vibe. Yeah, so today we are supposed to replenish our our needs. We're supposed to give ourselves time and freedom to do what we want and what we need. I like that actually for the day off that most of us have. If you don't, I mean, the weekend is just around the corner, and you know, they say Thursday is a new Friday. You may use that as an excuse, and hopefully you don't really need an excuse to do something nice for yourself on a Thursday, even if it's just another weekday for you. And it's boiling hot like it is in so many countries right now. I know I have a lot of viewers in India, and I mean, my heart goes out to you guys and what's going on out there in terms of the weather, the extreme heat. It's tough. But even more so, right? Time to maybe cancel some of your plans because it's just too much to handle outside right now, and do something for yourself where you don't necessarily need to be out in the heat. And it's a water sign new moon, so think water. Okay, you got the Lovers in the bottom of the deck here. I love it. You see, when you start doing things, well, first of all, major arcanas, seriously. Second of all, you start doing things that nurture yourself, that respond to your wants and needs, the love comes in, right? It's all, I don't want to say it's all easy, but that's the magic, really. So if you've been chasing someone, stop chasing today. The feminines, your energy is Knight of Swords clarified by Knight of Wands. So the Knights are always ready for action. Is that energy of like, I want to do, I want to talk, you know, I want to make progress, I want to be out there. So there's more of that vibe, especially with the swords and the wands. It's the masculine elements, right? So more of a masculine energy for the feminines today. But what I would suggest is stream that energy towards movement, towards singing and dancing, right? Because that's the activity, that's the action, but it's the action that's going to nurture, that's going to entertain and inspire. Think about what can you do or say, or how to apply that inspiration, that fire that you have in you towards something that nurtures your soul, maybe at the same time supports and inspires people around you, right? And doing something creative, really. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. If you need to have a conversation with someone, just make sure that it's also coming from a place of wisdom, right? From a place of, let's do something wonderful, let's make peace, let's discuss, I don't know, some exciting plan that I have for the weekend for us, something along those lines. For the masculines, because this is getting a little long, so yeah, that's Viktoriia, enough talking. For the masculines, we have Seven of Cups clarified by Knight of Swords, and not the Knight of Swords. There's a synchronicity there for sure. So masculines do want to talk, they do want to say what's on their heart and what's on their mind, but they're not sure where to start or who do they want to talk to first. Like maybe the message is actually for the Divine Feminine, but they're like, well, I don't know if I've got the right words, if it's gonna sound well, maybe I'll talk to one of my friends first. And you know, I'm not really practice, but I'm getting the word practice. I'm gonna practice what I'm gonna say, something along those lines, because it can get confusing, and like masculines are confused themselves with the messages that they have and they are preparing to deliver to the feminines, you know. Very interesting. So doing some practice out there. Additional question, we have Ace of Wands clarified by Knight of Cups and another Knight. Look how much activity and action we have today. This is like an action-packed reading already. We've got like 5 Knight cards out of 6 or 7. Out of 6? No, 4 Knights out of 6, sorry, but that's enough. And we have Ace of Wands. I mean, seriously. Yeah, so there's definitely an inspiration to share love, to express love. So how can feminines apply that today? We have, I think this is 10 of Swords actually. 1, 2, 3, 3, maybe 9. No, it's 10, yeah. Some of these cards in this deck are not, well, actually, I don't think any of them are signed as actual values, so you need to know. So it's 10 of Swords clarified by the Empress. So for the feminine, the expression is almost like turn to self, to nurture the Empress in yourself, right? To rise above the hurt and the pain, where you've been beaten down, where you feel like you failed on something, right? This is being a bigger person and also taking the high road, but not just towards the person who's done that to you or people, but also towards yourself, right? Going, again, I was just talking about that episode on guilt and shame. Maybe that's something for you guys to check out. Going away from guilt and shame about this and over to the concept of an empress and how much potential you've got and how much beauty you've got and how much you can impact this world. Love it, love it. And then do your expression from that energy. Because when you do the expression of love from the energy of 10 of Swords, when you're in pain, then it screams desperation and neediness. And I don't mean this as a, to upset anyone. I mean this, that the energy, it may come from a good place, but, like, you're not manipulating, right? Like, you have that desire. But deep, deep down, it's still an overcompensation and the need for that, connection, heart-to-heart connection, for closeness with someone, for that support. And as much as it sounds like a good idea and good intention, energetically, it will not really be long-standing. It will not attract what you want, what you need. Right? That's why it's important to raise that vibe and to get into that different space within yourself first, and then express yourself out of that place of higher frequency energy. For masculines, the Tower clarified by 5 of Wands. So masculines continue battling the karmic battles, whatever it is. And for them, it's actually the way to overcome certain karmic challenges is through applying love. Now, think about it for a moment, masculines, if you're watching, right? So that warrior temper that masculines have and the application of the energy they always have is to combat, to defend, and that combative mood and energy involves more resistance, right? Because it's resistant in nature. It's conflicting in nature. So it creates more conflict in your life, right? And the Tower moment is that to overcome this or to end the battle is not by applying harsh energy or force. It's about applying love, especially since you are a twin. Since you're a light worker, that's your main weapon, if you wish to call it that way. We're talking about battles and towers, so it feels applicable. Your main tool and your main weapon is love. And that's what you're supposed to apply here. And now, of course, you'll need to then put a little bit more detail into the context that you have. It's a general read of whatever that karmic battle is. But that's really the extent of it, right? You have that much love to give, and this is how to end the battle, to find peace for yourself and for other people involved. And the Tower moment could be, in this case, of how easy it was to resolve it all this time. Not like easier. Sorry guys, I still struggling with my allergies post Ireland. I mean, finding that moment of love and diving into the energy of love when there is a lot of conflict going on around you is not easy at all. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't require like special knowledge or lots of negotiation and time, it can be solved with that exercise, as simple as that. And once you've done it, this is a new quiver in your a new arrow in your quiver. This is a new tool in your tool belt, let's put it that way, right? That you can then perfect and you can use it more often and you can be creative with it. How are the feminine seeing the connection today? Wow, 4 of Wands clarified by Page of Pentacles. This is the past in this deck, but it is 4 of Wands. So feminine see the path towards the 4 of Wands. There is some preparation needed. This is my preparation card because she's kind of on the stage, but not quite, like still preparing. Getting all her gear in place, intact, right? So feminine knows that they're in preparation for union. Like they can see the connection more and more vividly of what's going on in the present towards how it contributes to the union frequency and eventual union in the physical with the DM. For DMs, how they've seen the connection, we have 9 of Pentacles clarified by the Hierophant. Yeah, so for the masculines, they are basically revisiting and reinventing the concept of themselves separately and then comparing it to being in union, right? And knowing what that individuality is, what's that personal space and boundary is that they don't want to break, that's precious to them, and they want to keep that intact even after reconciliation happens and union happens, right? It's very interesting. It's asking them to revisit some of their values. It's also to remind them that a lot of masculines still see feminines as a kind of extension in their life that will be taking care of them, taking care of the house, kids and pets and everything in between, right? And of course, by extension, then when the feminine is not present, that they feel that lack, right? Like nobody's cooking for me or doing my laundry, whatever applies, right? And then they're like, yeah, I need to find the feminine. That for a lot of men, this is for real one of the urges to find a woman and to commit to someone for long term. So this is them revisiting the values around that and understanding that life partner doesn't equal maid or whatever, whoever is like making all your wishes come true, and then use your imagination what that would mean for you. You are an individual that's supposed to be wholesome within yourself, able to take care of yourself, of the house, of your family. And then there is your life partner, your feminine, that's wholesome within themselves, and they're able to take care of themselves, of the house, of the family, right? And then you come together as equal partners to create that life together, right? Yes, there will be some compromises, there will be some agreements, but it's not like, okay, this is a traditional masculine role, I'm gonna go to work, kill the mammoth, bring it, and then, basically make the money, and then you need to do everything else around here, right? And then the feminine is like, yeah, well, my role is, and then fill in the blank. No, it's not by the gender, it's not by the energy even, right? And of course, it will be unique and custom to each and every couple. But this is putting aside the long-lasted stereotypes and understanding that the loving relationship is on a completely different level. And don't even get me started about the actual way that, let's say men and women for a moment, actually organize their life while they're in 9 of Pentacles, where they're within themselves, right? It's not to say that women don't work, right? Like they are, then they do. And a lot of them don't want to stop working and doing what they love after they get together with their masculine. So how would that work then for them to be a maid and do everything around the house? And not to mention for the twins, since you are light workers, you're supposed to do your mission. And newsflash, if a feminine is busy taking care of the masculine, the house, the kids and everything, they will not have energy or time to do the light work. So not gonna work, right? This is a big revision for the masculines. Anyway, I am gonna have, so they're changing their mindset around this. They become open to the conversation of how do we want to do this, instead of just saying, okay, woman or man, you know, whatever applies to you, like this is how it's gonna be. That doesn't work anymore, and they know it's not gonna work with this feminine. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for being with me, guys. I love you all. Happy 4th of July, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow with a reading around new moon in Cancer. So stay tuned. Of course, please like the video if you enjoy what I'm doing. Subscribe to my channel to be always up to date with the latest reads, and share this video with others who would benefit from this kind of information.